Hey everyone, and welcome to my 29-week update of my pregnancy. I'm now in the third trimester, which means it's like only 11 weeks till the band's here, maybe earlier. And baby's length is roughly, going off by the measurements of the average child, or baby should I say, is about 15 inches, which is the size of a butternut squash. So, I've never held a butternut squash. So it's about that, and that's from head to toe, or head to heel. And the weight is roughly about 2.5 pounds, give or take. So yes, I can't really tell you much about the development because really there's not much to talk about. The brain's developing more, there's more fat around the body, the lungs are developing, and all the developments are there. What's been happening? Well, from my last update, I was meant to record last week, and as you all know, I didn't, and that was because I was at the dentist because I had to get a tooth removed. And that's restricting what I'm eating because I'm now having to eat softer foods or cook a certain way so they're nice and soft. So I'm very restricted on what I'm eating because I can't eat on this side of my mouth, I can only eat on this side, which is also painful because now this side has started hurting. I'm going to have to get another tooth pulled. But I'm going to have to wait a bit because I also have a cold sore, which I got because I have a fear of the dentist. As soon, with cold sores, the way they can flare up is any stress can cause one. And because I haven't had one in years, I went to the dentist. I was stressing out over it because I've always had a fear of the dentist. And a day later, I had a cold sore. So luckily it's pretty much died down now. So that's great. Not last week, but the week before, I saw my midwife. She checked the heart rate. She didn't measure my bump because I was under 28 weeks. So she refused to measure my bump, but she checked the heart rate. The heart rate's fine. She took bloods. I don't know the results from my bloods yet. So it's fine. I have been prescribed peppermint liquid. I had to read the name on there. And that's for heartburn because everything I've tried milk, I've tried antacid tablets, they're just not working for me, and this seems to be working for me. I have to eat, and then after eating have that, so it settles my stomach. I don't have loads of it, it's just itty bitty bit just to settle my stomach and the acid in my stomach, which I'm fine with. It's working, that's all that matters. Last week, at 28 weeks, I went for a growth scan, and the baby's measurement, he's perfectly fine, he's growing perfectly well. He's just above the 10th centile. Now, the way they do measurements is it goes off by a grid pattern. So you have these two main centiles, which is your 10th and I think your 90th centile. And them two centiles, they like seeing the baby in between them centiles. If they're under, they worry that there's something wrong with your placenta. If it's over, they worry that there's a chance that you might be diabetic or something while pregnant, if I remember rightly. I'm unsure, but yeah, they like staying in them centiles. And this one, he's just above the 10th, and they're very happy with that because Levi was under that 10th centile. He was quite underweight. He was a tiny baby, and we still don't know why. Going off by their measurements and everything they worked out last week, he's roughly, last week he was roughly about £2 6 ounces, which is more than what the average at that stage is. The average is normally £2 2 ounces, so he's 4 ounces above that, which we're fine with. They're really happy with the fact he's staying in a certain measurement, and I'm happy with it because it means not another tiny baby. So yeah, he's steady in growth and everything, and he's completely different to Levi. I think with Levi, the reason he was underweight was I wasn't eating properly back then. I was eating takeouts. I know I still eat takeouts, but I'm not eating them as often. And I wasn't eating as much last time because I felt sick all the time. Where with this one, my sickness has disappeared, thankfully, unless I've got heartburn. Which, obviously, now that I've got this peptac, I'm not getting the heartburn, which is great. While at the scan as well, they made sure where his head was, and his head's down. So, just like Levi, loves head down. Just like his brother. So yeah, he loves his head being down. And he loves kicking upwards. Levi wasn't much for kicking up, where this one loves my ribs and my sides. Where Levi just loved my sides. So yeah, the kicks are quite painful now because I feel like I'm stretching too much. My stomach can't stretch anymore, but I know it can. I haven't got any more stretch marks, luckily. Well, it's not luckily. I got one, and then I got another one, and then they've stopped. I'd love to get stretch marks. I know it sounds weird, but I'd love to have my tiger stripes. So yeah, for the past couple of weeks, Braxton Hicks has kicked in. Like, I'll be laid in bed and then, oh, hard stomach. Wait a minute, is that the burn or is that Braxton Hicks? It's a Braxton Hicks. So I have to lie there for like 30 seconds doing nothing, relaxed. Which is hard to do, especially if you've just gone upstairs to start tidying. You're like, oh, you sit down, this is uncomfortable, and then your son comes running in. Hi, Mum. So yeah, always needing to pee, even when your bladder is empty. That's not fun, especially when you're walking downtown. I went shopping today, and I took Levi with me. Got downtown. I'm like, I need the toilet now. Went to the toilet. Obviously relieved myself. And then got up, took Levi out to the toilet, and I was like, I need to pee again. But I know there's nothing there. So let's just get on with the shopping. So that was fun. Because I felt like I need to pee constantly. It's not a water infection. I can say that. Movement. Like, my movements now are restricted. I can't bend down a certain way anymore. I find it hard bending down in general because it's just a bump there and it's extra weight. So I'm now having to... I'm either having to get someone else to bend down for me or I'm having to do a dip. Just dip. And then it's getting back up's the problem. Also getting off the bed, I'm now struggling with. Luckily we've moved the bed so I'm able to put my hand on the wall. Like, we're in the crevice of our bedroom, like basically our room goes like this. So yeah, our bed's here now, and I can easily just grab onto the wall and lift myself up. Otherwise I've got to do what I was taught in physio 3 years ago, which is roll onto my side, then get up. So yeah, I'm lucky my bed's so high. But if I get up wrong, my leg will lock, and then it'll start shaking because there's a trapped nerve, and I'm like, oh no. So I have to then move my leg again with my hands to untrap the nerve. It's the same with my feet. If I stretch, they start having the shakes, and I'm like, oh no. So then I've got to try and move my foot, and I just get very... It really does feel like just a trapped nerve constantly if I stretch or if I move wrong. So trapped nerves are happening now. So that's not fun. Still no swollen hands or feet. My rings are still very, very loose. So I'm guessing I'm one of the lucky ones. So yeah, lying in bed's hard as well. Like, not just getting out of bed, it's also lying in bed itself. Because I can get comfy, and then I'll start dozing off, and then I'm uncomfortable, and I'm like, oh no. Roll onto my other side. That's uncomfortable. Roll back to the other side. That's uncomfortable. And that's even with a pillow in between my legs. I will find it hard getting comfy in bed now, because it's just really uncomfortable all the time. It's not my bump that makes it uncomfortable. It's just my legs. It's like dead weight. They feel like dead weight. Which, it's just really, really aggravating. So, anyway, this week, I've had a breastfeeding healthcare assistant out just to refresh my memory, since it's like been 3 years since I did breastfeeding with Levi, and I only did that for 6 weeks. It's better than nothing though, so I'm very proud of that. And it was just good to have someone there to refresh my memory, to let me know that I hadn't forgotten everything. I still did forget a few things, but as soon as she started talking, I'm like, oh, I remember this. So it was good to have that refresh from 3 years ago to now, and also the things that have changed. Not much has changed in breastfeeding, but some things have, especially now when you have the Ben. They will phone you up every couple of days asking how the Ben's poop is. I didn't even know that was a thing, but now they'll ask how the Ben's poop is the poop changing colour? How's the feeding going? Do you want us to come out? If I want them to come out, I'll phone them up and say, can you come out to make sure the Ben's latching on properly? It's all different from when I had Levi, where it was just a health visitor who I had to talk to. And with the health visitor, when Levi was little, she basically, in my eyes, buggered up my milk supply. I was only able to breastfeed for 6 weeks because my milk supply dropped. I got Levi up to 3 hours, and she told me, no, you're not allowed to do that. The hospital said I could. But she said, no, you have to feed every 2 hours. It's like, it's breastfeeding. You feed on demand. But I didn't listen back then, and now if I get a health visitor who ends up going, oh, you got to feed every 2 hours, I go, no, I've spoken to someone who is for breastfeeding, and it's on demand. Demand. So yeah, but yeah, it was just good having a talk with someone who understood where I was coming from, and it was good to have that talk about breastfeeding again. So yes, I think now it's a belly shot time, so yeah, let's get to it. I'm currently in my husband's jumper because none of my jumpers fit. They feel too tight, so yeah. This is 29 weeks with baby number 2. Yeah, he's very big. I feel like a ball when you look at me straight on. It's very big. I'm more veiny this time around as well, if you can tell. Like, my veins are really standing out now. So yeah, I look like an egg. You could basically draw a line round my bump and it will create a Kinder Egg. That's how I currently feel. I feel like an egg. So yeah, bigger. Definitely bigger. I've noticed that you don't see the veins as much on this side as you do on this side. But that could be because he likes kicking on this side. That you can see my what I call my pregnancy line. Yeah, baby bump. Not so tiny. So I hope you enjoyed this pregnancy update. This one was longer than what they have been because I prepared myself. I actually wrote down notes this time and such, and of course it was a week longer than normal. I normally do it every 4 weeks. This was 5 weeks. So yes, my next vlog. Oh, pardon me, indigestion. My next vlog will be up probably the 31st of this month. So Halloween, woohoo! It'll be up Halloween because I'm at the hospital the 30th for another growth scan. So I will do another update with you guys then. So yeah, I shall see you all in the next update. Bye guys!